Hello, welcome to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm so glad you're here today. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, then you're going to love my free newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. Go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter to sign up. The link is in the show notes. We all don't respond very well to change most of the time, right? We don't like when major things change in life. Even if we are excited about some of these things, it's still a little bit uncomfortable, to accept change, get used to it. It kind of throws you off your whole flow whenever something major changes. But our brains love small changes, little bite sized changes. They just love that. Novelty is something that the brain just snacks on. Nom, 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 nom. This is why there is the addiction to social media, right? We, imagine, picture yourself on your Instagram feed and you're scrolling and scrolling, or you keep refreshing the feed. And if you've created a post, published something, then you keep going back to see if you've got any likes or comments on it. This is like a standard addiction that happens, which is why short form content like reels and the unhealthy shit like that is so popular, because it feeds off of people's addiction to novelty. Bits of novelty, bits of new things, they they pump our brain with dopamine. We get little dopamine hits every time there's something new. So the brain likes that, something new. But we don't have to depend on social media or other addictive things to give us these little dope hits throughout the day. I mean, if you know me, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, if you've been in my world for any amount of time at all, you know that I recommend turning off all notifications on all apps, and how that really makes a huge difference to the way we feel throughout the day and how present we are in the moment. It's a game changer, turning off notifications. So yeah, I definitely don't recommend getting your dope hits or depending on social media for your dopamine hits. That's not, that's just not something I recommend at all. However, you can create ways in your in a very um, you can in very simple ways. You can create opportunities for your brain to feed of novelty. And it doesn't have to be new experiences like anything major, like you having to travel to get new experiences, or any other things like that. It doesn't have to be that. It's just tiny little refresh around your house. And this one thing that I'm going to share now is going to sound so ridiculously simple. You'll be like, what? You're doing a whole podcast episode about it. But believe me, try it and then you know what I mean. So a couple of weeks ago, I had to, I usually keep my toothbrush, toothpaste, the stand with all those things, the tongue cleaner and everything, on one side of my wash basin. I keep it on the right side of my wash basin. Usually, for years, that's what I've been doing. But recently, I had to move them away to the left side of the wash basin, because I had to do some other work there on the right. So I had to move it to the left side. Initially, I thought, okay, this is a temporary thing, and then after a few days, I'll move it back. But then every time I walked into the bathroom, for nearly a week to 10 days, this happened. Every time I walked into the bathroom, it felt good to see it on the left side. There was a newness. There was a tiny little feeling of delight, because it was something different from what I'm normally used to seeing, the same old thing every day for years together. So that gave me a little bit of a dope hit. It felt good, it felt fresh. So that feeling of freshness, in such tiny, easy ways you can create in your own life. You can do this around your house in little ways like this. Just move something that's been sitting in one particular spot for years together. Just move it to another place. It doesn't even have to be far away, right? Just a little bit of a change is enough. But yes, move it across the room to see how it feels. You can rearrange your smaller pieces of furniture. You can change the carpet in your living room into something else. Stuff like that, just the little things. Or even at your workspace, in your on your desk, on in your creative studio, wherever. Move things around a bit, switch things around a bit, give it a refresh, then see how it feels. This is especially useful for things that you're used to on a daily basis, daily activity. Don't make it inconvenient for yourself, but it should be the small change should make your brain pause and think before reaching out. Not just, very robotically, automatically say you reach out to your for your pen every day from one part of your desk, one desk drawer, maybe your pen stand is in one spot. You're robotically, automatically doing it every day. If you move it and it isn't where it normally is, then your brain has to think. You have to pause for, you don't even realize it happening, right? It's like a millisecond of a millisecond, that moment where you have to pause before reaching your hand out to grab it from another part of your desk. And just that pause is a tiny little dope hit. A couple of days ago, I nailed up a bunch of picture frames on one wall of my house, and that wall's been just empty for all so many years. And I've been wanting to put some stuff up there, hadn't done it, and somehow the opportunity worked out. And my friend had these special wall nails that he got for me, and he said, these work well. And I said, okay, I'll try. So I nailed one up, and it felt so good. Then another, and I created this whole kind of like a collage on my in one corner of a wall, along with a mirror, and then a bunch of, a small mirror, and then a bunch of these pictures and stuff like that. And now, every morning I look at it, every time I enter my main door I look at it. um, I you know I cross my hall to go into the kitchen or into the bedroom or into my workroom. Every time I cross, it feels good. It feels so nice. There's a feeling of delight in that newness there in that corner. It looks so attractive, and brings me a bit of joy uh, to just see that little change there. So yeah, so simple little ways. Do a little at a time. Don't do everything together, because you want to make these last. And the beauty is these dope hits, especially when you move things around and get do a little bit of a refresh to your living or work area. These dope hits last long, unlike social media dope hits where the notifications give you like a moment of satisfaction, right? And then that's it. You're always looking for the next thing. Whereas these changes, they will last for days and weeks together. So give yourself that gift and do little at a time. So you do one set, and then you enjoy it for some days, and then go change something else and enjoy it for some days, um, and weeks and stuff like that, and keep doing that for yourself. And that's a great way to and simple, extremely simple, ordinary way to give your brain these yummy little yummy little changes to snack on. I have one more thing. So this is probably, I don't suggest this for everybody, but if you are okay with it, um, sometimes you don't, if things are piling up at one spot, don't keep on clearing it or cleaning it. Let the pile up, whether it's a pile of clothes or maybe some books and things like that, or pile of dishes in your sink. um, resist the urge to keep cleaning immediately and then wait and let things pile up a bit. And then when you clear it together at one shot, oh boy, the joy of seeing that new thing, like that empty sink or the table, neatly organized table, or your your chair robe. You know what I'm talking about. Not having a pile of clothes on it. Um, so that this is another way to, again create newness and freshness in your life by letting things just sit for a while, get a bit messy, untidy, and then clearing it. That's also a great way to add that fresh energy into your life. All right, that's it for today. So make sure to feed your brain these yummy, yummy snacks in these simple, simple ways. And see how much of a difference it makes in your general sense of day to day well being, and also it reduces your need to get your dope from notifications and social media and stuff like that. It helps in that way too. All right, thank you so much for listening to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and don't forget, get onto my free newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe, veganosaurus.com/newsletter to sign up. Talk to you again next week. Take care. Bye.